So in my last video, we talked about the Blainsville Neo Steam launch, and myself and many people gave feedback talking about how that was a bad decision because they were going to actually make independent servers for Steam that didn't interact with the current servers we have now, like in North America, Heaven's Reach, which meant basically we would be isolated on our own server and all these new players entering the game on Steam, thousands of new players checking it out because of Steam's popularity. They weren't going to be playing with us, which is just basically making our game a dead server, which it already is in a lower point. A lot of people have quit the game in the past couple months. We know all the issues with Blainsville Neo. So this was a big thing I really was stressing that was a bad decision. And we actually got a good change for once. Like, this is actually good response to the community. So basically, they made an announcement talking about Steam launch update crossplay is coming. So they mentioned that Steam and Purple, which is the launcher we use right now, Purple will now support crossplay compatibility, and all servers will soon be fully accessible on both platforms, meaning players on Steam and Purple will be able to play together. This is a great change, and this is the type of things I would like to see them do. Listen to the community feedback and then make good changes. This is a great change because this is what players want to see. We want to play with people on Steam. I would rather play on the Steam launcher any day of the week. I don't really like Purple, honestly. So they said when we first announced our Steam launch, they're talking about there were technical difficulties and challenges preventing them from having us on the same servers and playing together. But basically, they've been working hard in the background to get this fixed. And they actually were going to release the Steam launch in Moonwalker's Plane Part 3, which is coming out on May 27th with the Highland, Exile Dungeon, I believe, and some legendary weapons and stuff like that. So they actually wanted it to come on Steam very soon, within less than a week. But they're pushing it back, obviously, because they want to make this change, which I think, again, is a huge W. This is a great change. Really important that they did this, because if they didn't do this, the North America and Europe servers would be so dead, it would be ridiculous. And a lot of people, including myself, were losing kind of motivation to even play on our characters because it was like, well, I don't want to play on a server that's going to have 0 new players entering the game or any form of life, because everyone's going to be playing on Steam. Like, people are not going to play on Purple. If you tell someone, hey, check out Blainsville Neo, you think they're going to find out through the Purple launcher or through Steam? Like, let's be obvious here. Like, is this not going to happen? Steam is going to be the way. So having it so that you can play with the Steam players is really great. And I think it's going to make people want to stay on the game, because it's like, okay, your character is not worthless now. You're not going to have to start over on a whole new server if you want to play on Steam with everyone else. And then also a really big thing is I hope that they keep the markets like connected. I would assume they would if we're playing all on the same servers together. But this would make it so that people can get their blue boots way easier. Like, when Neo has been out for a while now, but past couple months ago, blue boots were very expensive. Like, Electro Pierce was over 10K, insanely expensive. Now you can get it for, I just bought one for 1,000 Divine Gems, which is dirt cheap, because of how easy it is to get blue boots now. We've had events and stuff that made it more accessible to option them, and people gearing up more quicker. So the blue boots are more accessible. So essentially, like, if these players are on our servers with our market, it's going to be easier for them to gear up. Not to mention, they mentioned they're going to have Steam events, which hopefully we are shared with them now because we're on the same servers, which should help people enter the game and get geared up quicker. So there's a lot of really good things with this change, and actually I'm pretty happy with it. Obviously, there's a lot of issues with Neo, and this does not negate any of them. But when they make a good change, I'm definitely going to highlight it, and I feel like this is a great change. So want to let this be known. The Steam servers, when they come out, probably not till like July or August, to be honest. I think it's going to be pushed back quite a bit. But hopefully, I still think they're going to release it with the Warlock update now. I think that'd be really smart. But yeah, anyways, this is a great change. Short video, just wanted to talk about it. Not really much more to say, just a great change. Really happy to see them make this change, because if they didn't do this, our servers would just be done, like completely done. So this is really great. They have to continue to make the game easier to gear up. Just continue making the game better and listen to the community feedback like this, and the game will actually stay alive in a good state. Like, where was this NCSoft 3 months ago when we were begging them for a blue selection chest? Like, it just seems like now they're finally like doing a good job and like listening. But it's like, you guys would have so many more players if you guys just did this from the start, like listen to community feedback quicker. So I don't want to go on a rant and a tangent, but it's just like, I wish they would have acted like this sooner, because this is a great feedback response. And I really like this communication. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one real soon.